This time, he had a lot of doubt and a lot of pressure on him on the last fight, after coming back from the losses.
Unbelievable. That'll be 4 champs, 2 interims and 2 legit, well, 3 legit now with Tom being promoted from the UK that have become champions. And for Justin Gaethje, this is the final.
ერთი არის ის, რომ რაღაცას რო იოცნებებ, ვიზუალიზაციას რო გააკეთებ და რა თქმა უნდა რო გწამს რომ მოხდება.
UFC's recent decision to run back Volk against Diego Lopez has left Alex Volkanovski's coach perplexed. Even though their initial bout was competitive, it wasn't the kind of battle that warrants a rematch, particularly in light of the featherweight division's abundance of top competitors who have been developing their portfolios and making legitimate claims to the title. These days, according to the coach, it is more about who is trendy, who is hot, and who the fans are talking about than it is about who has earned the shot. The majority of fans on social media think that either Leon Murphy, who eventually made an impact and emerged as one of the division's most worthy competitors, or Movsar Evloev, the unbeaten machine who's been sitting at the top waiting for his chance, should have had the title shot. Rather, the UFC made a different decision. Some fans even created a story that the UFC is attempting to remove Volk from the picture by pairing him with a knockout fighter. Lone Murphy, meanwhile, became enraged on Twitter after being passed over for a title opportunity and joked that he would fight every month of 2026. Additionally, Volkanovski's coach explained why this rematch won't resemble their initial meeting. Now let's get started.
This time, he had a lot of doubt and a lot of pressure on him on the last fight, after coming back from the losses. So this time out, he's coming with a different mindset than he did to the last one. It's more like he's the old Alex again, where the last one he had to prove he was Alex again, I thought. Where now I feel he's a lot calmer in his training, and he's not putting that much pressure on himself, because he knows that he's still got it.
I wonder what the big change is going to be for Diego in this fight.
Look, I don't know if he would take it to the ground after, when Alex took him down that first round and, sort of mauled him.
The entire MMA world is going nuts over Paddy Pimblett's interim title shot versus Justin Gaethje, and Michael Bisping just responded. An online uproar erupted as soon as the news was released. Fans referred to it as Arman Tsarukyan's UFC purgatory, a heist, and a rankings hit job. The UFC chose star power over honoring the man who has been working hard to become an undeniable #1 contender. Merit was eclipsed by Paddy's excitement, Justin's assured brutality, the plot, and the clicks. It is comparable to a condensed version of the events involving Diego Lopez and Volkanovski. The person who truly deserved the shot was defeated by someone with greater star power, fire, and virality. To make matters worse, Dana revealed that Ilia Topuria will take on the victor of Justin versus Paddy later in 2026. That means Tsarukyan, who was already unhappy at being snubbed, is now forced into sitting on the sidelines for virtually the entire year. Tsarukyan suffered greatly as a result of withdrawing from the Makhachev rematch. Instead of using that as his opportunity to solidify his position, the division continued without him. What do you think will happen in this fight? Comment below. Let's now examine Bisping's response.
Unbelievable. That'll be 4 champs, 2 interims and 2 legit, well, 3 legit now with Tom being promoted from the UK that have become champions. And for Justin Gaethje, this is the final go. This is the final crack of the whip. The man's had 2 title fights in the past, Charles Oliveira to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and now he gets to go up against Paddy Pimblett. Now, talking about the matchup, of course, it is an easier fight for Justin than what it is against Khabib Nurmagomedov, one of the greatest of all time. Islam Makhachev, the current pound for pound, and according to many people, a man that is surpassing Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? So in that regard, it is an easier matchup. Will Paddy be able to take him down? Will he dance around the octagon? Yes, he will. Will he try and replicate the game plan of Max Holloway? Of course he will. Who wouldn't try and do that? You aren't going to stand and go toe-to-toe with Justin Gaethje because the man does have knockout power. But underestimate Paddy at your peril.
A significant litigation that could change Ilia Topuria's life is now pending. The 28-year-old Georgian celebrity and his wife, Georgina Bedell, whom he wed in 2022, are embroiled in a contentious divorce and custody dispute. A son and a daughter are the couple's two small children. Additionally, Bedell wants half of Topuria's estimated net worth of $10 to $15 million from UFC paychecks, endorsements, and sponsorships, according to Spanish media earlier this month. Claims that Topuria messaged other women, which Bedell is allegedly utilizing in court to support her custody case, made things more complicated. For his career, the timing couldn't be worse. On November 27, El Mador declared that he would take a break to concentrate on his kids and find a solution, ensuring that the UFC's lightweight division doesn't stagnate until he resolves the issue. This made it possible for Justin and Paddy to win the temporary title at UFC 324 in January. Max Holloway is among the MMA competitors and fans who have come together to support Topuria during this difficult time. Ilia has a lot going on in both his personal and professional lives. Every MMA fan will be keenly observing how he simultaneously controls the cage in the courtroom. Apart from a tweet and an interview with a Georgian journalist a few weeks ago in which he discussed the divorce, Ilia hasn't spoken much about this case. At the time, he didn't provide any information regarding the case.
ერთი არის ის რომ რაღაცას რომ იოცნებებ ვიზუალიზაციას რომ გააკეთებ და რა თქმა უნდა რომ გწამს რომ მოხდება, მაგრამ მეორე არის უკვე რეალობაში როცა მოდის ეს ყველაფერი და მაგ მომენტებს ცხოვრობ, ხო? თვალგახელილი ოცნებობ, ესე რომ ვთქვათ. და ეგ მომენტი იყო, რომ ღმერთო ჩემო, ხო იცი, რომ ეს მომენტი მოვიდა ჩემ თავს რომ უყურებდი, იმიტომ რომ ამდენი წლები არის მაინც ერთად მოვდივართ, ვიცით რა მომენტში შეგვიძლია ერთმანეთს ანუ მივაწვეთ და ხმა მივცეთ, ხო იცი რომ როგორი მომენტია, იცი რომ კი ნერვიულობ, გეშინია, მაგრამ არავის თოფი არ დაუდია თავზე და არ დაუძალები. მე თვითონ გავაკეთე ამის ვიზუალიზაცია, მე თვითონ მინდოდა და არ რჩება მაგ მომენტში შანსი იმის გარდა რომ უბრალოდ დატკბე ღმერთის ნაჩუქარი მომენტები.
Umar Nurmagomedov has been officially scheduled to fight Davison Figueiredo at UFC 324, which is just a few weeks away, and the ramifications of this battle are enormous. Without a doubt, Umar will face Merab Dvalishvili again if he prevails. The only fighter in recent memory to make a fight with Dvalishvili competitive was the Dagestani. Everyone else is steamrolled. Following his most recent commanding triumph over Corey Sandhagen, Merab hasn't held back when criticizing Umar. He criticized Umar for being phony on social media and allowing others to tweet on his behalf in a recent interview with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo. There's more to this dispute with Figueiredo than meets the eye. It's Umar's chance to show the world why he's one of the division's most dangerous prospects, prove he belongs at the top, and stake his claim to a rematch with the champion.
My friend or my brother to tweet for me to say words, it's not even mine, So that was like a lot of disrespectful words from him, from the Twitter. And also he did say, he did call me fake champion. And then, so what I was mad about most, he don't respect me as a champion,